With a vision in place, the next phase was the actual construction of OdySea. The biggest challenge, building an aquarium in the middle of the desert, where temperatures can soar above 110 degrees. And there was one more thing. Amran wanted to build the 200,000 square foot structure on a radius, no straight lines.
I find that sharp 90-degree corners are very difficult for large crown to navigate, where if you round the corners and create large public spaces, movements of large numbers of people is accommodated in a way that you cannot do it with straight line. It took longer to build, but the effect is really amazing.
Deutsch Architecture Group was selected to design OdySea. McCarthy Building Companies handled the construction process. If Amram's ideas of an aquarium were considered bold, the process to bring it to reality was equally as innovative. Architects used 3D models to create what the building would look like, and then McCarthy integrated that into software known as BIM, or Building Integration Model.
Basically build the entire project in 3D, then you are able to animate it to the point to where the owner can look at, is this really what they wanted to achieve? Probably the most important part of how we look at virtual construction is it allows us to identify any issues with construction, constructability of the project before we put a shovel in the ground.
Instead of drawing 2 lines and calling it a wall, we actually have a 3D wall where you can, cut through the model, spin it around, look underneath, and it's a very efficient way to schematically design.
Due to construction requirements, crews built the aquarium from the inside out, with 16 of the 55 habitats being cast on site. Then the walls of the aquarium went up. More than 5,000 square feet of acrylic makes up the window walls of the habitats. And when you have 2 million gallons of water that needs to be kept in place, there is no room for error.
This scope of the exhibits and what we were doing was so unique and so different that we had to construct the exhibits first before we went ahead and constructed the actual aquarium.
The benefit of doing it that way is that we could get these large, massive acrylic windows in here. That's really the key to our success.
A few of the habitats really tested the design and construction teams. SeaTrek is a first-of-its-kind underwater experience. Until OdySea, SeaTrek experiences took place in oceans. This is the first one housed in an aquarium. Situated on the upper level, SeaTrek allows you to interact with ocean life by literally walking underwater.
SeaTrek is over 200,000 gallons, but the unique aspect is it's built in the middle of the aquarium on the 3rd floor and extends through the 2nd floor into the 1st floor.
Because you just kind of go scratch your head and go, who decided to build a swimming pool on 20-foot stilts? And that's really what it is.
Once you build the large structure, you actually have to line that with a special coating to make sure that the water doesn't leak. Then we have these rockwork artisans that come in and build structures. Then they spray it with concrete, and then they literally take little tools and brushes and carve all of the rock work.
You don't realize it when you walk by and you look at it, how complex it was and what a success it is. So it's pretty amazing.
And another first of its kind, an enormous carousel on the 1st floor that greets guests and gives them their first glimpse at the marine life.
But this really incorporates Disney technology, where we have 600 individuals on the carousel at any one time, rotating in a clockwise format with 4 individual theaters, everything from sharks to sea lions to turtles that are endangered, and we educate you and we teach you all about marine life.
And what's unique is it's a 20-minute experience where you get to sit down in a comfortable seat and experience a SeaTrek diver. Then you literally rotate inside the exhibit.
From the acrylic tube walkways guests used to make their way from floor to floor, to the 9 globe-shaped aquariums hanging in the aqua lobby, every inch of OdySea is a true marvel in engineering. Since March 2015, when OdySea broke ground, construction workers, electrical workers, and others have worked diligently to lay over 5 miles of piping, installed 1,198 steel beams, and poured 12,300 cubic yards of concrete. That's enough concrete to build more than 750 swimming pools.
The project was grandiose. It wasn't just about an aquarium, it was about building an entertainment district that is anchored by the aquarium.
OdySea sits on a 35-acre parcel that's part of the Salt River Pima Maricopa Indian community. The architects worked closely with the Indian community to incorporate Native American aesthetics into the design.
The wave, as we call it, is really signifying the river. And the river is very important to the community. We also have some very large elements on our stair towers where we did an interpretation of a Pima basket. Architecturally, it looks beautiful, but it also has a lot of significance for the community members.
More than 30,000 animals and marine life will call OdySea home, a home that is a truly spectacular feat of limitless imagination, innovation, and inspiration.